This is story time. Or the
I always carry
Constitution
this with me all the
of
time.
the United States.
In my wallet. I had it for like a year now.
Article 2, Section 1. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years, and together with the Vice President, choosing for the same term, be elected as follows. Each state shall appoint in such manner the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in the Congress, but no senator or representative or person holding an office of trust or profit on the United States shall be appointed an elector. The electors shall meet in their representative states and vote by the ballot by two persons, of whom one at least shall not be inhabited in the same state with themselves, and they shall make a list of all the persons voted for, and the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate, the House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes shall be the President, and such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed. And if there are more than one who have such a majority and have an equal number of votes, then the House of Representatives shall immediately choose by ballot one of them for president, and if no person have a majority, then from 5 highest on the list, the said the House shall in like manner choose the president. By choosing the president, the vote shall be taken by state. The representation from each state having one vote, quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states. A majority of all the states shall be necessary to a choice in every case after choice of the president. The person having the greatest number of votes of the elected shall be the vice president, but if there should remain two or more with equal votes, the Senate shall choose them from the ballot of vice president. This clause is in Consensus was superseded by Amendment 12. But Congress may determine the time of choosing the electors and the day on which they shall give their votes, which day shall be the same throughout the United States. No person except a natural born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible to the office of president. Neither shall any person be eligible to that office who shall not have attained to the age of 35 years and been 14 years of resident within the United States. In case of the removal of the president from office or his death, resignation and inability to discharge the powers and duties of the said office, the same shall resolve on the vice president, and the Congress may by law provide a case of removal, death, resignation, or anything both of the president and vice president, and declaring what officer shall then act as president, and such officer shall act accordingly until the disability be removed or a president shall be elected. This clause in Pathernless has been modified by Amendments 20 and 25. The president shall at stated times receive for his services compensation which shall neither be increased nor diminished during the period for which he shall have been elected, and he shall not receive within that period any other enrollment of the United States or any of them. Before he enters execution his office, he shall take the following oath or affirmation. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of a President of the United States and will do the best of my ability to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Section 2. The President shall be Commander-in-Chief in the Army, Navy of the United States, and military of the several states who call into actual service in the United States, and he may require their opinion in writing of the principal officer in each executive department upon any subject relating to the duties in representative offices, and he shall have power to grant representative and pardons for offenses against the United States except in the cases of an impeachment. He shall have power with the advice and the consent of the Senate to make treaties, provide 2/3 of the senators present concur and shall nominate and with the advice of the consent of the Senate shall appoint administrators, other public ministers and consuls, judges, the Supreme Court, and all other officers of the United States whose appointments are not herein otherwise provided for and which shall be established by law, but the Congress may by law vest an appointment in such inferior officers as they think proper in the President alone, the courts of law, or in the heads of departments. The President shall have power to fill up all vacancies that may happen during the recess of the Senate by granting compensations which shall expire at the end of their next session. Section 3. He shall from time to time give to the Congress information of the United States of the Union and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and experience and may in extraordinary occasions convict both House or either of them, and in case disagreement between them with respect to the time adjournment, he may adjourn them to such time as he shall think proper, shall receive ambassadors and other public ministers. He shall take care that the laws be faithfully executed and shall commission all the officers of the United States. Section 4. The President, Vice President, and all the civil officers of the United States shall be removed from the office, impeachment for and combination of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Article 3. Section 1. The judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court and such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time obtain established the judges both of the Supreme and inferior courts shall hold their offices during good behavior and shall be stated times receive for their services of compensation which shall be not diminished during the continuance in office. Section 2. Now, Judicial power shall extend to all cases in law and equity concerned under this Constitution, the laws of the United States, and treaties made which shall be made under their authority to all case offending masters, other public ministers, counsels to all cases of eminently and mental jurisdiction to controversies to which the United States shall be party to controversies between two or more states, between state and citizens, and other states, between citizens of a different states, between citizens of the same state claiming lands on the grants of different states, and between a state or the citizens therefore of foreign states. Citizens or subject. This section is partless and modified by Amendment 11. In all cases affecting masters, other public ministers, and councils, and those in which a state shall be party, the Supreme Court shall have original jurisdiction, and all the other cases before mentioned to the Supreme Court shall have appellate jurisdiction both as to law and fact, with the exceptions under such regulations, and Congress shall make the trial of all crimes except in cases of impeachment shall be by jury, and such trial shall be held in the state where the said crime shall have been committed, but when not committed within any state, a trial shall be at such a place or places that Congress may the law have directed. Section 3. Treason against the United States shall consent only in living war against them, or in fighting to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless the testimony of two witnesses in the same overact or a confession in open court. The Congress shall have power to declare the punishment of treason, but no et titer for treason shall work corruption of blood or forfeiture except during the life of persons attained. Article 4. Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given to each state in public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state, and the Congress may be by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be provided in effect thereof. Section 2. The citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileged immunities of citizens in several states. In person charged in any state with treason, felony, or other crime, who shall flee from justice and be found in another state shall be demanded, and the executive authority of the state from which he fled be delivered up to the removed to the state having jurisdiction of the crime. No person held to the service of labor in one state under the laws, therefore, escaping to another shall be Congress of any law or regulation there and discharged from such service or labor, but shall be delivered up and claimed by the party to whom such service by labrador may be due. This clause is parenthesis and superseded by the Amendment 13, Section 3. New states may be admitted by the Congress into the Union, but no state shall be formed or erected with the jurisdiction of any other state nor any state being formed by the jurisdiction of two or more states, or parts of the states without the consent of the legislators of the states concerned, as well as the Congress. The Congress shall have power to dispose of make all needful rules and regulations representing the testimony or other property belonging to the United States, and nothing in this Constitution shall be constructed as to produce any claims of the United States or of any particular state. Section 4. The United States shall be guaranteed to every state in this unit as a republican form of a government, and shall protect each of them against invasion and application of the legislature or the executive when the legislatures cannot be converted, against domestic violence. Article 5. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem necessary, shall purpose amendments to this Constitution, or on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states shall call a conversation for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as parts of the Constitution when ratified by the legislatures and 3/4 of the several states, or by the conversation in the 3/4 thereof as the one or the other mode ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no amendment in which may be made prior to the
He left the drink on top of the fence and the person tried to drink it. Ew, that's nasty. He left the drink on top of the fence and the person came to try to drink it and he put it back. And he realized it's not his drink.
Section of the first article, and that
motherfucker left the beer on top of the fence.
Shall be decided of its
That's crazy.
In the Senate. Article 6.
You ever saw this movie? Terminator 2?
Contract engagements.
They got a new one out.
Before the adoption of this Constitution shall be valid against the United States under this Constitution and under the Confederation. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made pursuant thereof, and all the treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby anything the Constitution by or the laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding.
That's you. That's your gangster like her. She's gangster. That girl. She's
and the members of the several
she sees it.
Legislatures.
She tries to stop it.
Judicial officers of both the United States
stop it from happening.
And the several states
she goes to that guy's house, the one that
by
starts
oath
it.
or affirmation to support his
She's I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop that from happening.
No religious test shall ever be recorded as a qualification to any office or public trust in the United States. Article 7. The ratification of the Constitution of 9 states shall be served in the establishment of this Constitution between the states, so ratifying the same. During the conversation with the unanimous constant of the United States,
the robot escaped from the grocery store. That's so
of our Lord, 1787 of the independence of the United States of America.
What?
The 12th and the witness.
Hell no, not for no coffee.
We have
no. Something wrong.
Describe our names. George Washington, President and Deputy from Virginia, Delaware.
What Badger?
Conan, Bedford.
Really?
John Jefferson, Richard Bassett.
She need help.
Brown, Maryland.
That's your girl.
James McHenry.
Yeah.
Dan of St. Those Jennifer. Daniel Carroll, Virginia. John Blair, James Madison Jr. North Carolina. W.M. Blairnot. Richard Dobbs Signet.
I'm missing my mustard.
Williamson.
Huh? Shoot.
I might be related to the Hugh Williamson. I didn't even know that signature.
Oh, they stole the ambulance. That's just so
South
funny.
Carolina. J. Ruthledge. Carol's Congress Prickly. Charles Prickly. Pierce Butler. Georgia. William Few. Aber Baldwin. New Hampshire. John Langdon. Nicholas Gilman. Massachusetts. Nathan Gromer. Rufus King. Connecticut. W.M. Samuel
Hey, they got
Johnson.
a new free dental.
Roger Sherman.
Cool.
New York. Alexander Hamilton. New Jersey. Will Livingston. David Burley. W.M. Patterson. John Denton. Pennsylvania. B. Franklin Thomas. It's Benjamin Franklin Thomas. Mifflin. Robert Moore. Geo Claimer. Dale Siemens. Gerald McSorley. James Wilson.
Oh, and this new movie, Fast
Morris.
X, with Vin Diesel.
William Jackson, Secretary.